Welcome back to GTR. Today, we're doing a solitaire playthrough of a game from Daily Magic Games called Songbirds. This is Songbirds. You are a forest spirit, helping your favorite songbird color prosper in secret. Each turn you'll play one songbird with a specific volume or number from your hand into the forest. The loudest color of songbird in each row and column of the forest earns delicious berries or victory points. Your favorite songbird will also win you points equal to its volume. The forest spirit with the most points wins the game. So we have this set up right now as a solo variant. The only two differences between this solo variant and the multiplayer game would be that in this 5x5 grid that we've set up here, you would only randomly deal the center card, and then all of the cards get played off of that one. The difference in this is we've added these additional 8 cards in this kind of X pattern, so we really only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We only have 15 spots that we can add cards into. And we do that from this deck of cards right here. You would also deal out a hand of cards to each player, and the number that you would do so based on your player count would be found in the rulebook. In the solo player game, we'll just flip over one card at a time and resolve it. What you do is you have two options. Really, it's just one option. Your second option you only get to do once. When you play a card, you can put it in any row or column. There's no placement restriction based on color or whatnot. It just has to be played orthogonally to a card that's already in the forest. So you couldn't just put a card right here. It would have to be next to something. That's really the only placement restriction. Then what you're doing is trying to figure out which one is going to score the most points, or which one you want to score the most points. So when a row or a column is filled, you'll resolve which songbird is the loudest, aka which suit has the highest sum total of face value cards in the row or column. So in the event of this row, which isn't filled because there's 3 cards missing, but if you were to resolve it, you would see the blue has 5 and green has 1, so thus blue wins. So you would take the points that are assigned randomly to this row, in this case 12, which is a nice high value, a nice juicy berry value, that's given to the blue bird here. At the end of the game, blue has scored 12 points. It is possible for the blue to score more points, but at this point, blue has scored 12 points. The other thing that you can do is once during the game, one of these cards you flip over, you can keep that for yourself for your endgame scoring. So let's say I flip this card over and I decide to keep this until the end. That means that at the end of the game, I am scoring brown. Doesn't matter what other colors got points, I only score brown. And what I score is this 4, or whatever I chose, 4, plus the points that would be on brown. Add up those 2 points, and that's your score. However, in a multiplayer game, you would just compare those scores with each player. In a solo game, I have to take that score and then subtract all the points from the other 3 birds as well. And then there's a chart in the back of the rulebook that will tell you how well you did. I have played this solitaire once before, and I'll tell you, it's very difficult to get a lot of points in this solitaire version of the game. So without any further ado, let's take a look. Let's put this back. Let's take a look at how this works solo. So our first card is a blue. Let's flip this around. Is a white 7. So what we want to do is take a look at the board and survey what we've got going on here. So the highest row column point values. There's three real high ones, and that's this 12 here. This column, this 12 here in this row, and then this 15 here in this row. And then what I want to do is, so I know that, okay, this row, and this column have the highest point values assigned to them. I'd like to try to get those if possible. The next thing I want to do is see what colors have a lot of value out there. So green, has 9 in this row. And so what I want to do is, or at least my kind of strategy is to, because I can only score one color. Okay, so I have to get one color to have the most points, and then I have to subtract the rest of the colored points from mine. So when I look at this and see, okay, this is a green 5 and a 4, so green 9 in here. If green can win this row, that means green only takes the 5 points. I don't want the 5 points. I want to give all of the low points to the other colors that I'm going to win. So I'm probably not going to go after green because, well, the 5 and the 4 are already out for green. And it's only going to get 5 points. So brown might be going, I might be looking at going after brown because brown's in the 15 and brown's also in this 12. So I'm automatically or already saying to myself, let's go for brown. That's what I'm thinking is the best. Blue is also a decent option, but I think I'm going to try and score brown. And there's only 2 colors out there, so that I know that there's 5 more browns in the deck that I can use. Hopefully, not every card's going to show up. I believe there's either 2 or 3 cards left at the bottom of the deck that we're not going to get through. So this is kind of the thing I'm thinking of, just looking at this board based on where the points are assigned and the numbers in the rows. I think we're going to go for brown. And that tells me that I also probably want to, I'm trying to think of which brown I want to keep. I don't know if I want to keep the brown 1 because I want to try to get as many points out for brown as I can. And I don't think in the solo version, keeping a higher valued card towards the end is that helpful. I think it's better to use the higher valued cards and put them out in the forest. So with that said, this has nothing to do with this card. Well, it does. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. So when I look at the board right off the bat, I say, okay, I'm going for brown, and I want to try to bury high cards. I want to find a good row to bury high cards in. For me, this is a good one because this is the lowest with a 5. This is the lowest row in the game. And this green's at 9. So I can bury this white 7 in here. The other thing I have to do is look at so I'm going to put it in this row, but I got to decide which column I want to put it in because I don't want to hurt myself on another column. I don't want to put it, well, I can't put it in this column because that's already taken. So the other 3 columns are a 9, a 6, and a 10. So I'm going to put, because this is high, there's a good chance that white might win this row or might win this column. It's not going to win this row, hopefully, but it might win this column. So I'm going to put him in this one because this is the lowest column at a 6. So that's where the white 7 is going to go. I'm going to put him in this row, and hopefully he doesn't beat green. And I'm going to put him in this column in case he wins. Well, actually, no, blue is winning this one at 9 as well. So this is actually a really good spot. We might have buried this white 7 really well in some low points. Okay, so next is the blue 6. We could put him here. Again, this column here, we can kind of bury him in there and get blue those 6 points. And then we buried that white 7 as well. The other, I want to keep as many colors in one row as I can to hopefully burn. Or do I want to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or do I want to put him somewhere else that is going to win? Okay, well, because I said I'm going for brown, so I want to keep him out of... See, if I put him here, that's going to be hard for brown to win this one. Not harder, but I'm going to need at least a 5. I'm going to have to put a 5 in here, and I might not want to do that. If I put him up there, he's tied. I only have to put one other card there. I could put the 1 or I could put something else. So I might put him there. I don't want to put him in this one. I could put him, but this makes it harder for me. These have some low numbers, and that's a 10, and that would be harder to beat. So I'm going to put the 6 up here, and hopefully I can beat him with something lower that shows up later for that. All right, blue 1. This is a low number that I want to try and beat. And this is a 12. This is a 15. Oh, yeah. This is the 15 up here. This is the 12. I could put him in... let's not put it here because I want to bury another high card here. No, I don't want to bury a high card here. I want to bury a low card here because I'm already a low card. I think that's a good spot to put him because that's going to finish off that column, and that's going to award blue those 6 points. And there's just a low blue in this column because I got to keep this one low to get that 15. So I want to keep low cards in these other 3 spots if possible. Okay, green 6. Green 6, if he goes here, we'd be burying the, most of the high green cards into here. So we might put him here because that gives green 5 because he's absolutely going to win that. If we put him here, because this is a 5, this is a 9, this is a 10. Let's put him here in case we can get this 10 as opposed to this 9. The brown 1. Okay. So let's put him... do we want to put him in this row or this row? I think we want to put him in this row because we have to beat that blue, but we don't want to waste too many points there. So if we put him here, that also helps this one. But we would have to put... we could put a 5 in there. Maybe we'll save the 5 for this row if it shows up. So let's put him in the next highest row, which would be... we might have to put the 5 here as well. So maybe we should put him here to help this one and help this one. Okay. Brown 3. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. I have to keep one. Right. I have to keep a brown card so that I can actually score it. But this changes what I would have just done. I have to keep one. Let's keep the brown 3. I had in my head I was going to keep the brown 1, but I kind of forgot, and then when I saw this, I realized I don't want to go back on that because it's a solitaire game, and I could, but you're watching, so I'm not going to do that. But I think this is helpful because this is still... I might need those extra couple of points. So brown 3 is the card that we're going to save to score. We're hoping to get brown a ton of points and win all the rows and columns if entirely possible. And we're going to use this to score and then add 3 points to our end game. Blue 2. Blue 2 should go... Well, we don't want to put him here. We got to get another brown down here. We don't want to add more blues to overcome. We could throw it here, and that doesn't... That would... he's not going to beat green, and that's not too much of a one to beat in this one. We could add him here, but this is overtaking our brown 2 here. If we put him there, it's overtaking our brown 6. We put him up there, that's also brown 6, so it's hard to win that row as well. So let's put him here, and let's green those 5 points. So green scored this row. So green's at 5 and blue is at 6. Okay, next is the brown 4. So these are the brown. These brown cards are something we need to pay attention to. If we put him here, he's tied for blue. Okay, and then we need to get another brown card in here. So I want to probably try and put the 5 here. So maybe we won't put him here. I'm winning that row, but I'm not going to win that row with just 2. I'm winning this row. I got 7 points here, so got to be careful on this one. Do I want to add him there or to that row up there? If I put him in the top row, I'm going to tie with blue. And then I can also, I don't need to put him here. Should I put him in this 9 or the 7 or the 10? Well, if I put him here, this is the 5. I want to let's put the 5 here. And let's put the 4 here. Because we want to try to get these 12s. Because if I put the 5 here, that gets the 6. So I don't need the 4 here then. So let's put the 4 up. Oh my. Let's put the 4. Let's put the 4 up there. I think. I might have just made a rash decision. That's only a 7 column in an 8 row. Oh, let's try it. Okay, brown 5. We knew exactly where we wanted to put that was right here because we want to get we want to beat out green in this column. We want to beat out blue in this column, which we have now done. Green 7. He can't go here because that would beat out our browns in the 12 row. We don't want to put him here because that's going to overtake our 15 row. We can put him here in the 7. If we put him here, he overtakes this column. So we might have to abandon this 10 column here. So let's put him up here so he's out of this 15 row. Okay, good. I like that. White 6. Can't put him here because that'll tie our brown and give the points to blue. Don't want to put him here yet if I don't have to. Can't put him there because he'll win that row. He's going to win that. I have to put him in the top row. And he's going to win that one. So let's put him here because brown's at 7. So he'll still win this column, hopefully. But we're not going to win this row up there. Blue 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can put him up there. We can put him up there and win that one, or give the 8 points to blue there, which is good. We don't want to give him this one because this is going to overtake ours. So there's a possibility we can win that one. We don't want to give him this. And 5, 6, we don't want to give him this because this is the 12. So I think we got to give him the 8. Yeah, I think we got to 4, 5, 6, 7. We got to give him the 8. No, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. He goes to the white. He goes to the white. That was the 8 that goes to the white there. Okay, so far we haven't got any points to brown, but that's okay because we're working on scoring. We're working on a strategy here. 5, 6, 3, 4. Okay, let's put him here. 4. Well, if we put him here, that's going to lose this row, but that's fine. Maybe. Is there a better spot for him? 6, 7, 5, 6. He's going to win this one, which is 12. We don't want that. If we put him here, that's going to give him 10. That's going to give him 10. Let's do that, and hopefully, what's left? The 2 is the brown 2. No, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. So the only thing left is the 7. So if we put him here, let's put him here. Yeah, we're good there. I think we're fine. The white 1. The white 1 is going to go... Ooh, the white 1 can't go there. Do we want to do that? The 3, the 4, the brown. So the green's going to take that 7 anyways. So the white 1, the 5, and the 6 would go here. Let's put him here, and let's score the 12 for brown. All right, so we finally got some points on brown. The white 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. White would go to there. We're not going to win him there. We can't win him here. So what do we want to do? We need to win this one. We got to win that one. We got to win that. I think the only brown left is the 7. So if we put him... What can we win with this? 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. No, that would beat that one. So we're going to put here, and hopefully we can get that 7. Okay, 4. Well, we might not get it. 4, 5, 6, 7. So he would tie for that one, and he would beat that one. If he goes here, he's going to win the 15. He can't win the 15. Hopefully that 7's going to show up. So white has 10. And 6, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so white's got 10 there. Hopefully this is a 7. Oh! And it is. So we get the... Okay, I missed a couple of rows here, but that's fine. So we get the 15. And we didn't score any of these. So 6, so 7 on him. We forgot to score these. We got too excited. So brown has 7. So he gets the 12. Up here is 4, 5, 6, 7. So white has 7. Oh, this is good. White has 7. So, and green has 7, so that's tied, so it cancels out. Blue and brown also are tied, so that's canceled out. So I didn't get the 7 points, but that's okay because I didn't give that 7 to somebody else. And then down here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brown has 11. Great. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So green gets 10. And then we didn't. Okay, so let's take a little look. Let's add up our points here. I'm going to add up the points, and I'll be right back. What's 15 plus 12 plus 7 plus 12?
It's 46.
46 minus 10 minus 5 minus 8 minus 9 minus 6.
It's 8.
All right, so after that intense deliberation, I have scored a whopping 8 points. And so what I did was I added up all the colors on brown. No, sorry. 8. Okay, so yeah. So I added up all of these, and then I subtracted these, and I was left with 8. Then I add my 3 from this, which I forgot. So 9, 10, 11. So I ended up with 11 points. And if we check the back of the book here, less than 1 is a rookie, which I've gotten the last time I played. And then 1 to 19 is amateur. So I got 11. So I'm an amateur, and I'm stepping up. And the thing I learned after this playthrough is what I just did at the end there. I think in order to score points, it's imperative, and this is something that I wasn't really paying attention to, it's imperative that you get rows to negate themselves by matching, or what I'm trying to say, by equaling the numbers. So like because white had 7 and green had 7, it canceled out, and then blue and brown had 6, so they canceled out. So nothing scored that round or that row. I think that's imperative to try and do that. So that's another layer to the puzzle that you got to try to think about is not just scoring points for each column and row, but how can you get points to nullify? Because if you think about it, I mean, the book says that if you get 55 plus, that you're a superstar. And I don't know about you, but I want to be a superstar. And if you look at, I haven't done the math, but if you look at all of these numbers, all 10 numbers have to get assigned to the birds. And there's only 7 colors in each suit, and there's 2 cards that are left unplayed and a 3rd card that you use for scoring. So there's 3 cards that aren't going to get used out here for scoring. So you have to think, how am I going to score the most points for a particular color? And in this case, I just what was ever on the board at the beginning is kind of how I determine my strategy. And then what I learned near the end is how can I get rows and columns to cancel each other out? Because that's going to be imperative. Because all of these numbers have to get put out there on some of the birds. You're not going to win every row and column. I mean, if you do, that's incredible, but it's not going to happen. So the only way to get high numbers is to cancel rows and columns out. Okay, so that's what we've learned this time. And this to me is if I'm going to give this a review as a solitaire game, I think it's great. It's thinky, it's complex, but it's not fiddly. It's not a lot of managing cards. It's not a lot of moving stuff. It's not a lot of setup, and it doesn't feel like I'm replacing another player at the table with myself. I'm doing the work that another player should be doing if I'm playing with them. This is a great little thinky game that can also be played with multiple players, and not much changes in terms of the game dynamics. That's very interesting. So, in terms of solitaire playability, thumbs up. This is a good one. And this is one that I would probably go, I want to play a solitaire game. A thinky quick little card game. Play this one. This is neat. I got to say I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it much, much more than I enjoyed a multiplayer game. Now, I will say that in the book, and there are a number of variants that we haven't tried as a multiplayer yet, but we will absolutely try because I feel like there's some good potential in this game that we had a couple of our initial first couple of playthroughs didn't go well, and I don't want to give it a bad rap because I feel like it has potential. And after doing the solitaire playthrough, I think it has some good potential. So there are some variants. Oh goodness, out of control. 1 second. Goodness gracious. There are some variants here that I think might be a game changer. I don't know what those are for. Those are just blank cards. Oh, there's something about scoring points, and I think you use these to figure out your point totals. Anyways, those are just point tracky cards. There's some variants with these different birds, and I think they do certain things. So, like, this guy, you can see he's got a 4 and a 4. I don't know if he gives 4 points to whatever is touching him there. And then the hummingbird looks, I don't know if he's giving 5, 4. I don't know if he gives those points. I don't know the variants. I'm just guessing. I don't know if he gives those points to whoever's adjacent to him. Then there's the hawk and the crow, and it looks like they have some sort of negative values. So clearly there's some variance. And based on what I've played with, again, with multiplayers, I think you might have to put these in. I don't know how they work yet. I will obviously figure that out. I think you need some negative point factors or some additional bonuses in there because our knock on the game was after just a couple of cards were laid, we were able to figure out, in 2 players at least, we were able to figure out who's going to win the game. We were kind of like, nah, do you want to keep going? Because, like, I know you won. And we're like, yeah, I know you won. So, anyways, I'll give these variants a try, and in terms of a solitaire game, this is staying on the shelf, and it's a game to remember because I want to play it solitaire. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.